Good afternoon. I am Miss Smith, and this is Miss Smith Presents. Welcome to my YouTube channel and to my studio. If you would like to chat, you might see that there's a lot of people talking to each other right now on the right side of this video. That is the live chat. There will also be information posted in that from time to time about how to donate. But if you want to participate in the live chat, you have to go and subscribe to my channel. And I'll just allow you, a couple minutes where you can just hang out and do that another time. Totally fine. So, what a great day, right? What a fantastic day. And I received a couple of text messages from people that said, I can't wait to hear your remarks today. Hmm. Folks, I don't feel like I need to make any kind of political statement because I am a political statement. I am a bisexual woman, married legally to a lesbian. I am the main tenant on this lease, and I am a female. And I dare to live my life authentically and openly. I have support from my family. I have an entire community, and I work with others to live authentically as well. And so for me, simply leaving the house and being who I am is a political act. And I want to make sure that everybody watching right now, um, we're in Salem, Oregon. I just want to tell you just a little bit of my story. We're in Salem, Oregon, and I just didn't really know much about Oregon. Lived in the Bay Area for 15 years, and then my wife wanted to move to this place called Portland that she had loved forever. And we moved there 6 years ago. And I went out with her for the first time for coffee in our new neighborhood. And it was so diverse. We were thrilled. It was just so diverse. And I bet some of you are sitting there thinking, what is she talking about right now? Portland? Well, folks, we had gotten an apartment on Portland State University campus. And so we thought that Portland was this fabulously diverse place. And it is in many ways, but not racially. Not until we moved outside the campus did we see, this is a very, very affluent, very white city. And then I moved to Salem to open this studio, and I started looking around to see what was going on here. And I thought, now that's interesting. I've never in my life, even in Texas, where I'm from, I've never seen anyone boldly drive a truck through town with Nazi flags on it. Well, that's new. Huh. And then I started looking at the history of Oregon. Oregon was founded as a whites only state. We have many active, confirmed white supremacists. They are organized and they are quite proud of who they are and what they believe. And that is what is going on right here, right now. So, on this great day, when I woke up this morning and cried tears of relief, I think Van Jones, the CNN anchor, said it best. I've been keeping it together for 4 years, just keeping it together for 4 years. The fear that I have felt just in everyday life, the fear for my children, the fear for my sister, this wave of relief, right? I think we all felt uh, that wave of relief this morning. And yet, the stark reality that I drove to Salem, Oregon, and got an email from the city of Salem warning all of the downtown residents and business owners that we have reliable information that outside protesters are coming to Salem, and they mean to riot, they mean to loot, they mean to create, incite violence. I don't know how else to say that. And so I just want to say that what we're doing today is what will heal our nation. What you're doing right now is what is going to heal our nation. You are using your time to watch another human being on his journey, on his personal journey, as he gets a little older, right? What are his plans when he retires in 145 days? But who's counting? Wants to travel the world, travel, see things, go visit people. I think that's something that we all enjoy doing. That's not a straight thing or a gay thing. We all just love to travel and see things, right? His wife, Erin McGrath, one of my favorite people, one of the best singers in the studio, quite frankly. I remember her a year ago saying, "You know, I'm just worried. Like, what can a cis white woman like me do? How can I affect change? Right? This is how we affect change. We find a more balanced way of living, and then we model that for other people." Okay. So I'm so proud of Sam Ray right now for taking his time, his precious time, his energy, and his joy, and all of his, hopes and dreams for the future, right? And he said, "Yeah, this I think I am going to challenge myself, And so, right before retirement, you're going to witness a man give his first solo concert. I think there is no greater offering that we can give the world right now than the gift of ourselves, the gift of our creativity, and the gift of our music. And so I'm just proud to be part of that. And right now, you are a part of that as well. I am Miss Smith, Stephanie Lynn Smith, and my website is Miss Smith Presents. That is where you can go to donate. We are doing a benefit concert for Confluence LGBT Chorus. I can't possibly imagine that you can see this poster behind me. Yeah, you can't see that, but it's for me. So Confluence LGBT Chorus. You can also go to their website, confluencelgbtchorus.org. Check out what they're doing, donate there. Go to my website, misssmithpresents.com. That will send you to Sam Ray's live stream page, and it will send you to Confluence page where you can donate there. If anybody's on Venmo, those of you that know me, go ahead. If you want to donate that way, that's totally fine. And then I will make sure that that gets to Confluence. If you want to use the United States Postal Service, you could also write a check to Confluence LGBT Chorus and mail that to P.O. Box 2772, Salem, Oregon 97308. It is immortalized forever on YouTube. All right, for your pleasure, for my enjoyment, for the lifting of your spirits, I cannot think of a greater time right now than to introduce this fantastic man. This benefit is for Confluence LGBT Chorus. This is the LGBT chorus based in Salem. It serves the entire Willamette Valley. There are people from Eugene all the way up to Portland, Oregon that sing in this chorus. And once again, it is a political act to support the LGBT community, to affirm them, to affirm that we are all equal and we all have a right to be here and the right to equality and justice and happiness for all. All right, let's get started with a bit of this and that. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage our star, Sam Ray Kinney.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave do not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to dream the unreachable stars. Welcome. I am Sam Ray Kinney, and this concert is called A Little Bit of This and That. Just a fun and diverse group of several songs from several different genres. Diversity is what Confluence LGBT Chorus is the best about. Giving everyone a chance to express themselves with dignity and with joy. This concert is a fundraiser for that unique group. The song Impossible Dream comes from the Man of La Mancha, and it ends with talking about the unreachable star. Now, when I was a kid, I used to make a wish on the very first evening star. Some of us even dreamed about going to the stars in the rest of their lives. And stars can be a metaphor for our goals, but in the musical Les Miserables, that self-righteous constable Javert, he sings and talks to those unchangeable stars. There, out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from God, fallen from grace. God be my witness, I never shall yield till we come face to face, till we come face to face. Well, he knows his way in the dark, but mine is the way of the Lord. And those who follow the path of the righteous shall have their reward. And if they fall as Lucifer fell, the flames, the sword. Stars in your multitudes, scarce to be counted, filling the darkness with order and light. You are the sentinels, silent and sure, keeping watch in the night, keeping watch in the night. You know your place in the sky, you hold your course and your aim, and each in your season returns and returns, and is always the same. And if If you fell as Lucifer fell, you fall in flame. And so it must be, for so it is written on the doorway to paradise, that those who falter and those who fall must pay the price. Lord, let me find him, that I may see him safe behind bars. I will never rest until then. This I swear by the stars. And now for something completely different. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. We'll pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time. Well, I've got to be there in the morning, I spruced up and looking in me prime. The girls come and kiss me, show how you miss me, but get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, rip me out the door. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Well, kick up a rumpus, but don't lose the compass, and get me to the church. Get me to the church. For God's sakes, get me to the church on time. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Well, drug me or jail me, stamp me and nail me, but get me to that church on time. Now I've got to be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in me prime. Now some bloke who's able, lift up the table, but get me to the church on time. If I am flying, then shoot me down. If I am wooing, get her out of town. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Well, feather and tar me, call out the army, but get me to the church. Get me to the church. For God's sakes, get me to the church on time. Another person of unique perspective is Bert from Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. So sit down and prepare a nice fire in your fireplace. But before you do, you need to call your local chimney sweep. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo. Good luck will rubs off when I shakes hands with you. Oh, blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too. Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think the sweep's on the bottommost rung, though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke. There's in this whole wide world, there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo. Good luck will rubs off when I shakes hands with you. Oh, blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too. I choose me bristles with pride, yes I do. It's a broom for the sash and a brush for the flue. Though I'm covered with soot from me head to me toes, a sweep knows he's welcome wherever he goes. Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled between pavement and stars, that's the chimney sweep world. Though there's hardly no day and there's hardly no night, things half in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London, coo, what a sight! Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. When you're with a sweep, you're in glad company. Nowhere is there more happy a crew than them what sings chim chim cheree, chim cheroo. Chim chimney, chim chim, cheree, chim cheroo. Going home, I am going home, quiet like some still day. I am going home. It's not far, just close by, through an open door. Work all done, care laid by, never fear no more. Mother's there expecting me. Father's waiting too. Lots of folks gathered there, all the friends I know. I'm just going home. I'm just going home. Again, more diversity, changing from a serious song like that to this next song. So I'd like to take you now on the wings of a song, as it were, and try and help you forget your drab and wretched lives. Now, here's a song about springtime in general and one of the many delightful pastimes the coming of spring affords us all. Spring is here, ha ha ha, spring is here. Life is skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. Well, I do, don't you? Well, of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me, and makes every Sunday a treat for me. All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we're poisoning pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with cyanide. Well, the sun's shining bright, everything is all right when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We've gained notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games. They call it impiety and lack of propriety, and quite a variety of unpleasant names. But it's hardly against my religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So if Sunday you're free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the park. And maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two as we poison the pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amid laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. Well, my pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to the pigeons. It just takes a smidgen to poison the pigeon in the park.
My idea of a good time right there.
Now, I grew up into listening to a wide variety of music. Now, Confluence sings show tunes, R&B, rock, modern music, and even classical. A great diversity of music from a great diversity of people. One of the singer-songwriters that I remember from my youth was Mr. Roger Miller. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing a broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. 3rd boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out suit and shoes, but I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. They are short but not too big around. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all of the children and all of their names, and every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I quit all those cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing a broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. Do you get when you kiss a gal? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. After you do, she'll never phone ya. I'll never fall in love again. No, I'll never fall in love again. Well, don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. This next song, Misty, is a jazz standard that was written in 1954, the year before I was born. And that was written by the gifted African-American pianist Errol Garner. Now, he composed this as an instrumental and recorded it. Now, think back or read the history from that era. 1954, Brown versus Board of Education, desegregating schools. That was handed down by the United States Supreme Court. But it would still be a year before Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus. And then Dr. King led the Montgomery bus boycott. Remember what a world this song was written and recorded in. Misty. It is now a privilege for me to introduce my partner, my conscience, Erin McGrath. She's going to join me for a duet of Cole Porter's Friendship, and then share some solos of her own.
If you're ever in a jam, here I am. Do 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 dooby doo wah.
If you ever in a mess, SOS, do 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 dooby doo wah. If you ever feel so happy you land in jail, I'm your bail. It's friendship, friendship, just a perfect blendship. When other friendships have been forgot, ours will still be hot. La da 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 dig dig dig.
If you're ever up a tree, phone to me. Do 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 dooby doo wah.
If you're ever down a well, ring my bell. Do 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 dooby doo wah. If you ever lose your teeth when you're out to dine, friendships have been forget. Ours will still be it. Lotta, 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 hip, hip, hip. If you ever lose your mind, I'll be kind. Do, 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 be do, wah. If you ever lose your shirt, I'll be hurt. Do, 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 be do, wah. If you ever take a boat and get lost at sea, write to me. It's friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When all the friendships are up the creek, ours will still be slick. La-da, 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 chug, chug, chug. La-da, 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 dig, dig, dig. La-da, la-da, la-da. Hey, 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 hey. Friendship. La-da, 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 be my friend.
Okay, the following two songs are by Bay Area composer Paul James Franz. We are trapped in this meeting. I'm bored to tears. I can't wait to retire in another 30 years. They think I'm taking notes, but I'm lost in reverie, plotting our escape from all responsibility. Let's take a trolley to nowhere. We'll ride to the end of the line, with our troubles far behind us, where nobody can find us, just you and me. So fine, let's sail a boat on the ocean. Let's set a course for lost. We'll sail over the horizons, under starry skies, and on the seas of fate we'll be tossed. We'll wash ashore on a desert island and live like castaways. Then we'll be rescued by a passing ship and hit port in a couple days. In a dark alley down by the docks, we'll cut a deal that'll make us rich. But when we go to make the drop, we'll say we were set up by a cop. We'll give him the slip, continue our trip, not with that copper. Jump in our chopper and fly. Let's take a trolley to nowhere. We'll ride to the end of the line. When we take a fine vacation in my imagination, you know it makes me wonder, something's gonna sunder. I I can imagine us taking the world on together without a doubt, but I can't imagine my finding the courage to ask you out. Everything's going to be all right. It will, you'll see. That's what a father says to their child. But the world's turned around, and now I'm reconciled to keep saying those words, even though I know they're not true. And still I say them. What else can I do? Everything's going to be all right. That is my prayer. Time's running backwards, a child's in your chair, but he's wearing your face, your silvery hair, trembling with rage at the things he no longer can do. Searching for words, once so many, now so few. How can the world just keep on turning? The sun up above seems so unconcerned, as if he didn't know. How can I escape this last lesson I'm learning from you? I do not want to learn how to let go. Papa, please don't make me learn how to let go. Everything's going to be all right. It has to be. Will you do like your father and decide when it's time to go? Or fight it to the very end, resisting the undertow? Or just sit in your rocking chair till you don't even know who I am, who you are, who we were. Everything's going to be all right. often. I've been up that lonesome road, and I've seen a lot of suns going down. Oh, but trust me, no low life's gonna run me around. So let me tell you something, sister. Remember your name. No twisters gonna steal your stuff away, my sister. We sure ain't got a whole lot of time. So shake your shimmy, sister. 'Cause honey, the sugar's feeling fine.
Yeah, Aaron. Nice job. Let me open my door. I love playing piano for her. I love Erin McGrath. Did you enjoy that? I hope you did. We are in the middle of a benefit concert for Confluence LGBT Chorus. You can go to my website, misssmithpresents.com, and donate there. You can go to Confluence LGBT Chorus. You can mail a check if you can see it. My email address over here is misssmithpresents@gmail.com. And more than likely, if you have found this live stream, you know these things. I want to give a shout out to Norm Duvall. I love Norm. He is the voice teacher for both Aaron and Sam Ray and has been for a very long time. And I have sent my people to Norm. He's based here in Salem and he has just done amazing things. So I'm just, I'm really grateful to Norm for all that he has done. All right. This looks good. I wish we're going to get camera capability, people, so that we can do some full body shots here, but I can't wait for you to see this. Fabulous. Continuing with the program, Sam Ray Kinney. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Looking good there, my friend.
Well, since I dressed like this, I thought I'd do a few Scottish folk tunes. And they pronounce it tunes. First one is Ramblin Rover. Oh, the summertime is here, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon clear crystal fountain, and in it I will pile all the flowers from the mountain. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? This is for those pragmatic Scots. If my true love will not go, then I'll surely find another. There poor wild mountain mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme, all around the bloomin' heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? We all need joy in our lives. And this tune is for all the dreamers and the ramblers of the world. Oh, there's sober ones aplenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are those of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a Ramblin Rover, frae Orkney down to Dover, and we'll roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. Well, there's many that feign enjoyment from merciless employment. Their ambition was this deployment from the moment they left the school. And they save and scrape and ponder, while the rest go out and squander it. We see the world and roam and wander, and we're happier as a rule. I've roamed through all the nations, taken delight in all creation, and I've tried a wee sensation when the company did prove kind. And when parting was no pleasure, well, we've drunk another measure to the good friends that we treasure, who are always on our minds. Well, if you're bent with arthritis and your bowels have got colitis, you got galloping bullochitis, and it's thinking you time you died. If you've been the one of action as you're lying there in traction, you may get some satisfaction thinking, Jesus, at least I tried, and there's sober ones aplenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are those of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a Ramblin Rover, frae Orkney down to Dover. We'll roam the country over, and together we face the world. This is truly a lovely love song written by Andy M. Stewart. This is one of my favorite folk tunes, and I dedicate it to my partner and my love, Erin. By the clear and the winding streams in the Valley of Strathmore, where my love and I have been, where we'll wander nevermore. But if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side in the Valley of Strathmore. From the glen of the golden and green, well, I left for the land far away, where sadness has never been seen, and joy only cost a day's pay. But if time was a thing man could buy. All the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side in the Valley of Strathmore. In Strathmore, there's a long working day for a man with his hands on the plow. But it's work I'd be happy to do if at night I was lying with you. But if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side in the Valley of Strathmore. And as I take a long draught from my glass, well, I'm drinking alone here again. And I try not to think of my lass, for those old days, they'll ne'er come again. But if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side in the Valley of Strathmore. Before I share my last song, I'd like to remind you that this is a fundraiser for Confluence LGBT Choir of the Willamette Valley. I am proud to be part of that wonderful group, and the money raised will help defray the cost of our paying our staff and our operating budget items like our website. This song is by that famous and prolific composer, Anonymous. But it has its root in both folk and blues. The blues version was originally called the Rising Sun Blues. The most famous version was by the band The Animals, The House of the Rising Sun. Is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. I know, oh Lord, 'cause I'm one. It's 1 foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. Well, I'm going down to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. I was blind, but now I see.
Do you hear that, Sam Ray? Encore! They're screaming encore.
Well, I do want to thank several people. First, Aaron McGrath for joining me in the concert. Our tech people, Zan and Karen, and also Beth was helping with this. But most assuredly, Stephanie Lynn Smith. She was coaching, she was accompanying, and being an inspiration to us all. But I truly believe the words of this last song. It's another one by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. What the world needs now is love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. No, not just for some, oh, but just for everyone.
You're done. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you want to go ahead and go and, yeah, he can go and take a shot of something strong. Good job, fine sir. Well done. First solo concert. I could not be more pleased with that performance. We've said it several times. This is a benefit concert for Confluence LGBT Chorus. Folks, this is a live stream on YouTube. It's here forever. It is here forever. So go back and listen to this fantastic selection of pieces. I totally, sometimes in my house, I will just have some of the concerts going in the background. My students are excellent. I love the rep that they choose, and we do a lot of original composers here. You heard two of those by Paul James France. And the next live stream that is happening is next Sunday at 3 p.m. It's called Something Special. That is a composer showcase out of the Bay Area, heavily featuring the works of Jeff Becker. He is a Special Olympics coach, and we need to support them anyway. But Californians, did you know that in this year's budget, they have removed Special Olympics from their budget? One of the most liberal well, it is a nation, isn't it? Liberal countries in the world, nation, whatever it is that's happening with California. And they've cut Special Olympics from their budget, right? We need to hold our lawmakers accountable and make sure that they know what the people want and what is best for our citizens. So in the meantime, we're going to support Jeff Becker's team, and we're going to be hearing works by Dave Berdia-Swimmel. He has written 3 pieces now. He's going to perform something by Wally B also. June Camerling will have 3 originals in that show. She is also presenting a work by Bobby Wineapple. And then Donald Martin is going to have his set. I just love his set because he is doing a smattering of a lot of different people. So the first piece in his set is by Iris Sherman Miller. That is a 17-year-old. Is she 17, Aurora? Is she 16? I know she drives, and it's just shocking. But anyway, so she is a teenager that is a composer in this studio, and she's so excited to have somebody else sing one of her songs. So Dawn's going to do an Iris Miller Sherman, also a Jacqueline DeMuro piece of music. He will be performing a Paul James France original. He will be doing a Jeff Becker song, of course, and he will be doing one of his own pieces. And then there's going to be a premiere in that live stream of an anthem that Jeff has written for Special Olympics. And that's just going to be super special. So that is next week on Sunday, Something Special. After that is Learning to Swim with the fabulous Eric Gullickson. He is joined by Michael Hammerstrom, and we are going to be raising money for Bridging Voices Youth Chorus here in Portland. And I want to say, those of you, I saw some of you on the chat saying, ooh, mic setup and lights, and ooh, and the sound is so much better and all of that. Absolutely. We folks are going to start moving into the terrifying encoder. It's the encoder. We're going to move to the next level of how to do live streams. And I just want to thank Brooks Graham in advance for helping us with that. So that live stream should be super fancy out of Portland with Brooks running that. So I'm excited to see that one. That one's going to be super cool. And Eric Gullickson is just phenomenal. I don't have a word for how great that guy is as a person, as a singer, as a presence, just as a human being. He's just a fantastic man. So thanks, Eric Gullickson, for being awesome. And then when we move into December, I was in this room and I was with Aurora Sherman, and I got a text message, and it was from Lorenzo Ramsey, and it said, Ruth Bader Ginsburg has died. And it was this moment, and I'm so glad that I was with Aurora. She is my justice warrior. We have done live streams to raise money for Planned Parenthood, for immigrant families together. She burns passionately for justice, and we just looked at each other and cried, and we just said, well, I guess we're going to have to do a tribute concert, aren't we? And so that is going to happen the first Sunday of December. We are going to highlight Jewish composers, Jewish singer-songwriters. So it's going to be an entire concert, men and women. And that is going to benefit Center for Hope and Safety here in Salem, Oregon. And they just received the news, and they're just absolutely thrilled. That's going to be a very special live stream that I hope you will join us for. And then the birthday celebrations continue. I have had so many people mark their birthday with a live stream. Zan Deanna is in the back of the room right now. She is our archival video taker. And for her 60th, she gave her first concert. And Erin McGrath, for her 60th, she gave her solo concert. Beth Alsbury gave us, I'm just loving this birthday celebration, right? Mystic D and Lisa Benson are going to put on a spectacle. That's really all that I can say about that. It is going to be the coolest, most unusual, creative, fantastic piece of performance art. I'm just going to go with that. On their 60th birthday, they were born the same day, Sunday, December 20th at 6 p.m. They turned 60 years old and are going to do a live stream out of this room. And it's going to be super cool. So check in with that. And then the last Sunday of December, the long-awaited, rescheduled live stream concert for Star. Star turned 70 years old last January, and everybody got sick. She was sick, so we rescheduled. Then the cast got sick, and then we went into shelter in place. So it was just a really difficult time anyway. And then because she had such a large band and backup group, during COVID, we just realized we can't do this, and we still cannot. And so I talked her into doing a solo live stream to mark her 70th birthday because it's just important. She worked for years to get ready for that. And also, I just want to give a shout out to Norm again. Star has been working with Norm for almost 9 months now since we went into shelter in place and a little before. And I mean, she sounds amazing. So her benefit, we're changing beneficiaries. This time she feels passionately about raising funds for Oregon wildlife fire victims. And Mom, I know you're listening. She keeps asking, for the, how are the wildfires? What's going on there? And I feel really guilty saying, well, I'm no longer in danger. So I don't know. People lost everything, and they are still trying to figure out how to recover from that situation while we're in the middle of a pandemic and the government isn't responding and all of that. So join us for that. And I'm just really proud of Star for considering those people, and that we're going to be able to give back to that group of people. All right, folks. It is a great day. That was a bit of this and that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for giving to the LGBT community. Thank you so much for being excellent human beings. And for today, decency, compassion, empathy, love, and hope have won the day. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. And I will see you again for the next live stream. Thank you so much.